We are providing only 20% video as a part of promotion. For remaining 80%, that is 6 to 8 articles, current affairs video and general studies complete videos, please subscribe to our complete package. 1. US lifts sanctions, Iran comes in from the cold. GS Paper 2, International Relations, India beyond its neighbors. Why recently in news? The international community is implementing the landmark nuclear deal between Iran and the P5+1 group of world powers, the US, UK, France, China and Russia plus Germany. Crippling economic sanctions on Iran have been lifted now that the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, has certified that it has restricted its sensitive nuclear activities. The White House says the deal will prevent Iran obtaining a nuclear weapon. Iran says it has the right to nuclear energy, and stresses that its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes only. Which uranium enrichment facilities does Iran possess? There are 2 uranium enrichment facilities in Iran, Natanz and Fordo, where uranium hexafluoride gas is fed into centrifuges to separate out the most fissile isotope U-235. Low-enriched uranium, which has a 3% to 4% concentration of U-235, can be used to produce fuel for nuclear power plants. But it can also be enriched to the 90% needed to produce nuclear weapons. In July 2015, Iran had almost 20,000 centrifuges. Under the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, it will be limited to installing no more than 5,060 of the oldest and least efficient centrifuges at Natanz for 10 years. What is the future of Iran's uranium enrichment? Iran's uranium stockpile will be reduced by 98% to 300 kilograms, 660 pounds, for 15 years. It must also keep its level of enrichment at 3.67%. In addition, research and development will take place only at Natanz and be limited for 8 years. No enrichment will be permitted at Fordo for 15 years, and the underground facility will be converted into a nuclear, physics and technology center. The 1,044 centrifuges at the site will produce radioisotopes for use in medicine, agriculture, industry and science. Lifting sanctions on Iran. The United States on Saturday removed a wide range of sanctions against Iran after International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, confirmed that Tehran has met its commitments. Iran will not see sanctions lifted until the IAEA confirms that it has followed through with its end of the JCPOA. Should Iran violate any aspect of the deal, the UN sanctions will automatically snap back into place for 10 years, with the possibility of a 5-year extension. If the Joint Commission cannot resolve a dispute, it will be referred to the UN Security Council. Iran has also agreed to the continuation of the UN arms embargo on the country for up to 5 years. Although it could end earlier if the IAEA is satisfied that its nuclear program is entirely peaceful. US new sanctions over missiles. The US has imposed fresh sanctions on Iranian companies and individuals over a recent ballistic missile test. The new sanctions banned 11 entities and individuals linked to the missile program from using the US banking system. The move came after international nuclear sanctions on Iran were lifted as part of a deal hailed by President Barack Obama on Sunday as smart. as Iran's ballistic missile program poses a significant threat to regional and global security, and it will continue to be subject to international sanctions. 2. Counting wetland birds. GS Paper 3, Biodiversity Conservation. Census of wetland birds. The annual exercise, Asian Water Bird Census, which is organized as part of the International Water Bird Census, is going full steam in most parts of the country. The census will be conducted under the behest of the Bombay Natural History Society and the Wetlands International. This is the 30th edition of such an exercise in the country. What is the purpose of census? The information helps to promote the designation and management of internationally important sites such as nationally protected areas, Ramsar sites, and important bird and biodiversity areas, IBAs. It also helps in identifying and protecting new sites of importance for water birds. The census data and information are essentially used for promoting national water bird and wetland conservation and international cooperation along the Central Asian Flyway.